Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another day, another opportunity for us to learn. And today, we are going to talk about mythology and folklore. But first, let's talk about how these two words are connected to each other. Mythology and folklore are terms that usually link together, while at some point mythology and folklore experts has grown separately due to some perceptions and beliefs. These terms remains to be linked due to some redefining features that involves tradition, culture, and national identity. To dig more, let's have the myth of Beowulf today. My question now is, who is Beowulf and what is Beowulf all about? Beowulf is the protagonist of the epic poem Beowulf, which was most likely written between 700 and 1000 CE. It is an Anglo-Saxon work that was written in Old English. I think I need to review my vocabularies to comprehend this poem. Now, my question is, what kind of a hero is Beowulf? Aha! He is a questing or journeying hero. Beowulf is a questing hero because he has a long-term quest to annihilate the evil doings and the creatures in the world. Beowulf is also a warrior and a king. He is known as the Prince of the Geats and a great warrior who offers help to Hrothgar, the king of the Danes, in defeating the fiend and demonic monster Grendel as a compensation since he helped his father Ecgtheow when he had a feud on a certain tribe warrior in the past. Beowulf is the main character of the poem, who has a physical strength, extraordinary courage, willingness to fight, desire to prove himself, and loyalty to his people and allies. We also have Hrothgar, who is an excellent and successful king. He builds Heorot, a magnificent hall, and builds love and loyalty through his generosity and wisdom. However, though once a great warrior, he can no longer defend his people from Grendel, and his sons are also too young to take up leadership of the Danes. And we have Wiglaf, who conforms perfectly to the heroic code in that he is willing to die attempting to defeat the opponent and, more importantly, to save his lord. In this regard, Wiglaf appears as a reflection of the young Beowulf in the first part of the story, a warrior who is strong, fearless, valiant, and loyal. And we have here Grendel, who is envious, resentful, and angry toward mankind, possibly because he feels that God blesses them, but that the ogre himself never can be blessed. Grendel especially resents the light, joy, and music that he observes in Hrothgar's beautiful mead hall, Heorot. Here we have the antagonist of the poem. First, we have Grendel's mother, who is vengeful, deceptive, and monstrous. While confronting Beowulf, she uses her arts of persuasion to convince him to betray his fellow men. She is loyal to her son, Grendel, and seeks to act in his name, as well as for her own well-being. She thinks very little of men and their desire. And lastly, we have a fire-breathing dragon who discovered a lost tribe's treasure and moved into the burrow housing the gold. The dragon is exceedingly greedy, marking a stark contrast to good kings who create loyalty and love among their people and warriors through generosity. After a thief steals from the dragon's hoard, the dragon goes on a rampage and terrorizes the Geats. Beowulf, the king of the Geats, fights the dragon. Beowulf ultimately kills the dragon, but at the cost of his own life. The ancient poem Beowulf takes place in Denmark and Geatland, South Sweden in the present time. The conflict presented in the poem is good versus evil, good being represented by the hero Beowulf, meanwhile evil is represented by Grendel, Grendel's mother, and the dragon. The mood in the first portion of the story is festive and enjoyment. However, it shifted towards tragic nearing the middle and the end. We have five themes being presented in the poem: the importance of establishing identity, heroic code, loyalty and courage, death and defeat, and revenge. Now, let's talk about the quest of the poem. The first part of Beowulf's quest was to kill the fiend and demonic monster, Grendel, who's messing with his hole called Hero. His second quest was to kill Grendel's mother, who seeks revenge and killed the king's closest companion, Aesir. His last quest is to defeat the fighting dragon in his hometown, Geatland, which lead him to fall on his death. These are the stages of Beowulf's journey. First, Beowulf offering help to Hrothgar in defeating Grendel. Second, the battle with Grendel. Third, the battle with Grendel's mother. Fourth, Beowulf's last battle. And lastly, the death of Beowulf and his dying request. In conclusion, Beowulf's archetypal character is a hero, as his character shows great courage and strength to slay the demonic beings to save mankind. Thank you for listening and have a great day.